Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Sweat and Iron. I am Graham, your host. In this episode, I sit down with my buddy James and we discuss all sorts of things. I don't know what's with the episodes lately, but I've been doing a lot of let's just talk about anything because this episode goes from talking about Taco Bell to talking about being in the Air Force to talking about video games to talking about pre-workouts to, oh my gosh, the list goes on. But this was a very fun interview. We really had no agenda. Once again, it was just shooting from the hip, and one thing led to another, and it was just so much fun. So without further ado, here's my interview with James. Enjoy the show. My wife and I used to play Minecraft a lot. She still does it from time to time on the computer, but we don't do any games with our kids yet. They've got these Kindle
Fires.
Yeah, for kids.
Yep. Yeah. No. Yeah. My kids had those too. Yeah. He does Minecraft and then Roblox. I think it is. Roblox is pretty cool because you can like interact and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Minecraft's a little bit more advanced for me. Like, I don't know. My brain doesn't comprehend like what he's trying to do.
Does he know what he's trying to do? I mean, Minecraft is an
dude.
advanced game for a 7-year-old, I would think.
Dude, he's in it, man. Like he's building all this stuff and all kind. I mean, at least in my mind, he knows what he's doing.
He's building stuff.
Yeah, dude, I just kind of walk around and like hit the cows, fish and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm honestly just like ravaging things.
You're gonna go make some steaks.
That's it, dude. Yeah, like literally, that's all I ever do. I'm like, Brody, how do you jump up on this thing? He's like, you gotta hit this. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Okay, you go build stuff. I'm gonna go cook some food.
That's literally it, man. I'm just out there trying to survive.
Oh, that's awesome. So like all the training you wanted to do for special ops you can do in Minecraft then.
That's it. Yeah, I'm a superhero in there.
So how you doing?
Hanging in there, man. Kind of getting back in the grind, like I told you I would. So.
Yeah. How's the life of Graham is just grand. You know, the holidays, everybody got sick, and I'm kicking this cold finally. I'm at the tail end of it, hopefully. So.
I get it, man. I had bronchitis, so I get it.
Every time, you know, I went back to the gym twice last week, and then I got knocked on my ass, and then by this cold, and then I don't know. I think I'm coming back. They thought I've been sick now for going on 3 weeks. I went to go see the doctor last week, and they said, well, we think we're going to give you an antibiotic because you should have been done by now with whatever you had. And I'm like, okay, well.
Do you remember the old bro science? Like, just go to the gym and sweat it out. You're good.
Oh, yeah, there's that. And then there's just have a little bit of whiskey to help you out, too.
Oh, so funny story on the whiskey real quick. So my girl's like, she's like, yeah, you're sick. You know, let me make you a hot toddy, right? That's like whiskey, lemon, I don't know, all kinds of crazy stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
So she made me a hot toddy. Then I was like, yeah, you know, I'm not feeling good. How about you make me a second? So she made me a second hot toddy. And she goes upstairs to go to bed. And I was like, yeah, I got to knock out a little work. She comes down 10 to 12 minutes later, she said. And here I am trying to make myself a third one. Because by then I'm feeling pretty damn good, right?
Oh, sure.
So she was like, so we're not allowed to have hot toddies anymore. So I've lost my hot toddy. Yeah.
You're cut off.
Yeah. She realized once she knew that I was paying attention, can't do it anymore.
It was a short-lived period.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good night from what I remember. Yeah, that was some antibiotics. I was feeling great.
So James, how's your injury going?
Not too bad. A little sore right now. Decided to ice skate on it yesterday, so that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kid's birthday, you know, and I was like, yeah, let's just tighten the brace and go. But so it swelled up pretty good, but I did it, right? So that's a positive.
Yeah.
Still got, you know, physical therapy for the next, at least a few months from what it seems. You know, I'm still going 3 times a week, but but I'm in it. I still can't squat, dude. So they got me on this, a program right now where I'm squatting like body weight.
Okay.
But once I get to about 45 degrees ish, it starts just like locking up. It doesn't go. Mobility's not there.
Mm.
So we're trying though. I got my legs are looking about as bad as they ever have.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time. You'll get there.
Definitely. No more skinny jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just it's funny you say skinny jeans because I just decided to drop a size in pants finally. Because I lost all this weight.
Yeah.
And I've been walking around at work in these baggy shirts, baggy pants. My belts are too big too. Well, they've been too big.
It used to be the style, man. So you were probably pretty hip at the office.
Well, shirt's getting untucked, and the belt is higher than where the button on the pants is. The kind of slouches in the front. So I just said around this time, it was about October, November. By the time I noticed that my pants and everything was too big, so I was like, I'm just gonna put it on my wish list for Christmas. And sure enough, I got a whole bunch of pants, shirts. So I'm stylish at work again.
Yeah, there you go. I know you got some underwear too, though. Like every wife has to get their husband underwear. It's like a unwritten
that
rule.
Was I put that on my wish list, but I was told by people that they thought it was too weird to get me underwear, so they just gave me gift cards instead.
See, I guess I'm questioning my whole relationship because maybe I'm disgusting, dude, because she got me underwear like 3 packs. So maybe I'm just.
Oh, no, my wife doesn't mind getting me underwear. It's family members. Like I was expecting.
Family members. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, I haven't asked my mom for
I tell everybody, I'm like, look, you want to make me happy? Get me socks, give me underwear, give me undershirts, and I am happy.
Yeah, the essentials. Yeah, when I first started dating my girlfriend, she's like helped me out and stuff, looking through my drawers, my boxers are all ripped and stuff, and she's like, what, how do you live like this?
Where are they ripped at? Like in the
the crotch? Just the bottom of the crotch, like where you squat, like literally from squatting in gym and stuff, and Old Faithful, like they still work. So
I had this pair of boxer briefs that I was I had a few of my favorite kind. I just switched to boxer briefs like around last spring when I started.
Game changer.
It is a game changer because I was wearing just regular boxers. And you cannot squat in those things.
Yeah, now you can run higher and jump better too.
Yeah, running, forget about it. So as soon as I changed into these things, I was like, I'm never wearing regular boxers ever again. So anyways, my favorite pair I'm wearing at the gym, and I'm on the treadmill, and I'm starting to notice I've got this weird like rug burn sensation going in between my legs, and I'm just like, I'm chafing. Yep. And I realized that I'd worn a hole.
Those cotton ones will go, man.
Yeah, so that's why you gotta get those synthetic ones.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I'm all about the boxer brief game. Yeah, but for the record, I don't wear skinny jeans. It's just a horrible joke for about the size of my legs right now.
Oh yeah. Well, let's clarify. You and I don't wear skinny jeans, and any guy who squats or deadlifts probably shouldn't wear skinny jeans.
No, I honestly can't. I've tried them before. I'm like, let me try these on real quick because
I can't get them past my thighs.
No, I can't either. And that's what's funny is I don't have to like we were talking last time. Like I'm more upper body set, but but apparently like people that wear skinny jeans, no offense to anyone, but dude, they don't like barely pass my knees. I don't have big legs.
Yeah, I think that goes back into what I was talking with Chase and some other people about is if you want skinny jeans, don't even bother lifting weights. Just be a runner and go long distance running, and you should have no problem whatsoever wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, they can keep that too. They can run for me.
So let's see. What do we want to talk about? We got so much that we could talk about with you because you're just filled with so much information, so many stories. You've done a lot in your lifetime so far, and there's still, you still got a lot left to do. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what we're going to talk about because I really had no agenda for this interview. I just thought, last time you said you had so much to talk about. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide the story.
Man, we're going to go super sideways then. We're going to start talking about all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't know.
First thing that pops in your head. In your head.
Taco Bell. I know it's random, but you let it go. Taco Bell by far for the record.
Taco Bell.
clarify, since we clarified that I don't wear skinny jeans, I will clarify that Taco Bell is by far the best Mexican chain.
What?
Yeah, dude, hands down.
Nah. Okay.
Del Taco's gross.
Has their food changed in the last 10 years? I mean, it's been a long time since I've had them.
No,
I
it's
just
amazing.
I just remember there being hardly any beef or whatever inside the taco.
Well, I don't think it's even. I don't know if you can consider it beef. I think that's the misconception, right? If you go in thinking it's beef, you're wrong.
Oh, is it a
Right?
mystery? Is it a mystery?
It's definitely a mystery meat. Yeah, but it tastes great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No, yeah, I had Taco Bell for lunch. You said it's up to me, man. Like
what'd
Taco
you
Bell,
get?
it is.
What'd you get?
Oh, with nachos, and a quesadilla.
Okay.
So nothing too crazy. The macros have been all over the place the last week and a half, man. Trying to keep it together.
What
It's
was in the
just
quesadilla?
just steak,
Steak.
mystery steak.
Mystery steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we can't really say that it's truly beef.
No, yeah,
Um,
it's definitely something interesting. But
oh,
dude, yeah, the macros have just been, man, like, yeah, it's funny. It's like when we talked last, like I was doing pretty good.
uh-huh.
Holidays are always good, but man, like the week after seems to be worse because like we got work meetings and we have like birthdays every day this
Oh,
week,
yeah.
and that just gets you like, you want some cake? Like, you bet your ass I want some cake.
The older I get, the more the holidays drive me nuts, and especially now that I'm in like a higher position at work, it's just one of those things where holidays come around, it turns into a ghost town at work, and then as soon as everybody comes back from work, it's like bam, your schedule is filled with all these meetings because everybody tried to get everything done before they left, and they got to make up for lost time now. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Yep. No, it's exactly where it's at. And then you get busy. Next thing you know, your meals start going sideways. You're like, dude, I just need to eat something real quick.
Yeah.
And that's the worst too, because you're at the office. You're like, dude, someone's like, hey man, let's eat this real quick. You don't pay attention to it. You're like, he's like, yeah, it's a protein bar.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, then you eat it. And you're like, what kind of freaking protein bar was that, dude? Like 600 calories?
Yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to eat on Monday because I looked at my schedule yesterday or this morning, and it's just meeting.
So that works for me though. Like, so I actually prefer like those days that I'm busy and I can't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's like a dream day for me because what my problem is I snack.
Oh,
So I'm really good at macros and I count everything for the most part. But
yeah.
I have kids. So I'm like, they're not gonna notice if I take 3 goldfish. I'm at the office. I'm gonna take a couple almonds. So those days where I'm actually really busy and those are the best days for me because I can come home and I can just weigh everything.
Yeah.
And hit numbers like dead on.
I do that too. I borrow from my kids. I take a little bit of this when my wife buys a whole bunch of fruit snacks for them. I
like how you said borrow, by the way. I think that's a good word.
Yes, because at some point I will give them back somehow. Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you give them things all the time.
I take 3 bags of this.
Do you ever do the dad test to make sure it's safe?
Oh, see, at work we call it quality control.
Oh, see, yeah, it's way more official.
We got to QC this before anybody can touch it.
Yeah, I do it for my kids. Yeah, every restaurant, every place.
Got to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's bad. It's probably like 300 calories easy a day. Like, let me take a bite of that real quick.
Yeah. Speaking of calories, I've backed my calories down. I'm officially done with my bulk. My bulk went well up until I think it was my 4th week. I did 3 weeks of steady bulking.
Yeah.
And then that was when I started getting sick. And then I kept the calories. This was my stupidity here. I kept my calories the same while I was sick.
Zero activity.
Yeah, and then I noticed that I was starting to gain in the wrong area. So then I was like, okay, we're gonna change that. I'm fine. I'm fine now. I'm fine now, but I kind of regret not changing it earlier. But when you're sick, you're not thinking about that. But
I wish you could spot gain, man, or spot lose. God, I wish that was true. Remember those like back in the day, like lose just in your abs, and they used to have like, dude, I remember I worked at GNC. They had this lotion you could put on your abs, guaranteed abs.
Oh, that did it work?
No, but damn, I used a lot of lotion. So no,
on your abs or somewhere else?
Yeah, no, shoot, hey, story of my life, man.
Okay,
that's a different story. So yeah, see, rabbit holes. No, but yeah, there used to be all kinds of stuff, man. GNC, they'd be like, yeah, you rub this on, the thermal effect.
Well,
let's try it.
How long did you work at GNC for?
About 2 years. Yeah, while I was in the Air Force. So just, second job.
Second job. So it would be, well, GNC, what kind of hours? Like, when would you work?
So I'd get off by 4 or 5 Air Force stuff, and then I would kind of get back. GNC, I'd be there by 6.
Mm-hmm.
So usually about 4 hours a day,
I was gonna say.
but it was, so back in the day, I don't know if it is anymore, man, but it's commission based. So
Yep.
that's nice. And when you look the part, it helps too, right? I mean, just to be honest, so people would come in like, what are you taking? Well, it's commission based. You're like, I'd take that one because I know that gets me $8.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to help people too. So I was actually pretty big. So I used to get in trouble honestly. So like, I take that, and the manager would be like, dude, you don't get any money. We don't, like they have quotas.
Uh-huh.
And they'd be like, why would you tell them that? I was like, well, that's what I take.
I've always
so
been curious about that. I've always been curious about that.
Yeah. So most time when they're pushing like, back in the day, it was like Hydroxycut. You remember that stuff? They're like,
I remember that when it was all over the news.
Yeah. Because back when it was the good stuff. But yeah, the Hydroxycut, man, they used to get like $6 a bottle. That's why they'd always be pushing it. And then there's always the GNC multivitamins. Like, you need your multivitamins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, we're just telling you that because, that's $3 in our pocket.
Yeah, that used to be the thing. Everybody had to have a multivitamin.
Mm-hmm.
And they still push that, by the way. They still, when you check out at GNC now, they got all the stuff on the counter, and they'll say, if you want, you can pick out. Sometimes they do this thing where they say buy 3 things and get, they have that where you can pick and choose and discount.
Hey, $5 more, you can get this.
Right, yeah, and then you're like, well, why would I want that? Well, this is amazing because this does this, and then if you get this on top of that, you get a bonus of like all this other stuff. Plus, you save a little bit more, and da 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 da. I'm just like, man, but that's a whole bunch of letters of the alphabet that I'm pretty sure I get in my like regular diet.
Well, joke's on them, dude, because I learned about children gummies.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the real jam right there, dude. Children vitamin C and stuff, and like those little dino gummies.
Yeah, my wife gets these.
So good.
Oh, what was she getting me? They were like these gummy bears, these little vitamin gummy bears that she was getting at the organic store.
Dude, they're so much better than taking a pill, man. I'll sit there and like, yeah, my kids would be like, you're only supposed to have 2. I'm on like number 6. I'm like, shut up. These are delicious vitamin C's.
Yeah, they're better, and sometimes they're cheaper too.
Yeah, I don't know what the calories are. I don't count them because it's for my health. You know what I mean? But
so, who exactly has quotas that they got to meet? The store has quotas, or does the store that up?
The store does, and then the employee is supposed to like have like a certain percentage.
Uh-huh.
Probably like a QC type thing. Like we need to maintain. Every store has their numbers, so we need to maintain a certain percent.
But let's be honest, not every single GNC employee knows about everything about their products that are in store. I mean,
no, yeah. If you ask your average GNC employee, and there's definitely some that are extremely knowledgeable because I've worked with some. I'm like, dude, how do you know this stuff? Like, oh, I'm going to school for this. I'm like, dang, okay. But for the most part, most time they're going to tell you what's on the label.
I remember there was this one time I went, my very first time. It was either my first time or my second time going in. I want to say it was my very first time.
I went in. Prime customer.
Oh, yeah. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I went in there. I was looking for pre-workout. And at the time, I was using C4. And, of course, everybody.
That's a good first start.
Yeah, it is a good first start. And everybody giggles about it. All the meatheads, they'll be like, oh, that doesn't work on me anymore. My tolerance is too high. Well, at this time, it was really working for me. And so I went in. I was just going to see what else was out there. So this guy says, oh, you want to use, try out this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I was like, well,
oh, shit. Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm using C4 right now. And he's like, okay, then don't use Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You want to use.
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, why? And he goes, there's way too much caffeine in this for you right now this is not.
Have you ever tried Hyde?
Yeah, I've got a tub of it downstairs, and I got a tub of Jekyll. Too. I got them off Amazon for I want to say together. I did
the same thing, man. Yeah, it was like a combo pack, or it was a recommended to get this with it.
Yeah, it was like $20 to $30 for the two of them.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah, I remember my first time with Hyde though. Because it is way stronger, right?
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, well, because I was that guy too. That, like, where it says like recommended 1 scoop, but your scoop is definitely a scoop and a half because you're playing that balancing act.
And the scoop is
You
so
know.
tiny.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, whatever. I always take 2 scoops. Let me take two. Of this. Dude, I was like seeing colors differently. I mean, I just I thought I was gonna throw up. I was miserable.
Yeah, I the very first time I took more of something, this is before I took Mr. Head, was motherfucking fruit punch by Sidewalk Cracker. And that was the very first time I had taken something other than C4, and my heart was racing. I did my workout. I felt really jittery, super jittery. But the more I worked out, the better I felt. And then once I got home and sitting at the dining room table, and I couldn't do anything, and I thought I was going to throw up. And my wife came over with the food, and as I was eating, the more I ate, the better I felt. But then after I got done, it's like anytime I just sat there, I thought that my heart was going to explode and I was going to die.
Yeah, dude. Man, there was a time too when I used to work out at night, man. That was just, you like hope you could sleep that night.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what you took, you want a good workout, take a little bit more. Like, well, there goes my night. But man, yeah, I had quit pre-workout there for a while, so I just got back on pre-workout about a month ago, actually.
Mm-hmm. You take it for every workout?
I do now. Yeah. Man, good. What? I was like addicted to energy drinks, man. So I kicked those bad boys about 3 months ago, and then my energy kind of went down for a little bit. Maybe it's placebo, who knows? But yeah. So I just got back on the pre-workout kick here last month. Man, the workouts are so much better. But yeah, I can't do. So I don't do over a scoop these days though. Like now I use it honestly for the focus and the pump. I don't want that. I don't want that jitter effect anymore, man. It's like
so what do you
mess me up?
What do you take?
I have a plethora of things. So I have Hyde right now. I still have some C4 I picked up. They had like a combo pack at Costco one day.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get that bad boy. And then Patrick Lee from Affinity, he posted the other day with the Man Sports had like buy one get three.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up picking that bad boy up. So that got tried yesterday. That was pretty decent too.
Were yours? He said that he had to use his by March or something like that. Did you?
Oh, I didn't even check, man. So it's gonna get interesting. But
he said he started laughing. And he's all like, "Yeah, so I checked these after they came in, and apparently I have to use these by March. I'm gonna have to be cautious."
Well, I'm just gonna be someone's best friend then. I was like, "Hey, man, I got you some pre-workout." Dad, you're the freaking best, man. Way to support me in my resolutions. Like, for you. So man.
Did you get the yellow bottles or whatever they're called?
Yeah. The exact whatever ones he got, man. He literally
got the exact same one.
It's like his Insta story is like not bad. And I was like, oh shit, let me try, So I owe him a message, man, tell him thank you, because it's a pretty solid deal, man. $29 for 3 bottles.
I will stick to using coffee. I'll have a coffee, and then I'll have. Sometimes I might back that up with a Monster later, or sometimes I'll just have the Monster. But
the Monsters, I was going through like 2 a day, man, and I started doing the math on it.
Yeah.
You go in, because I started doing 2 with the big cans. Was like $3.49, I think, usually for 1 or 2 for 3 sometimes. But
yeah, man,
I was upwards. Like it ended up being like $6 to $10 a day.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, Connie buys them in these cases, so we get them in bulk.
You guys are Costco members, huh? Or Sam's Club?
We don't have Costco. She goes to she goes to
There's a couple out there, but yeah, like Food Max and all these other ones that are like.
She just goes to one of the grocery stores, and she just waits until they're on sale. Otherwise, she'll buy the 4-packs.
See, I couldn't do that because then I would go through if I bought the 4-pack, then it'd be a 3 Monster day.
Oh.
So I had zero self-control with that stuff. So I was like, we got to put that stuff away.
I put them where I don't see them, and then or I have her put them somewhere where I don't know where she puts them, which generally in the wintertime they go in the garage, and I don't like going in the garage in the wintertime anyway. So.
Well, see, I'm only 5'7", so all you got to do is put it up high, and I'll never see it.
Oh, okay, all right.
But joke's on my girl, she's 5'4", so she can't put anything higher than me. So like I'm super dominant now, right? Yeah, finally found someone shorter than me.
Yeah, I've been dabbling back in the pre-workout every once in a while. It used to be if I only needed it, but now I think I might need some pre-workout once I want to get back in the groove of working out, because I only worked out twice last week and I really wanted to work out today, but I couldn't get the energy. But later this week, I have a feeling it'll happen. But anyways, yeah,
It depends too on what you're doing, right? Like, because if you're gonna go, if you know it's like a heavy deadlift squat day,
Oh, that wasn't
then
gonna happen.
maybe no, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if that's what it is, and you're like, maybe I need that today.
Oh yeah,
But if
yeah.
it's like an easy day, like nothing's easy, but maybe you prefer doing biceps, like you were talking about last time. Like, dude, I'm good, man. I don't need anything. I'm gonna go in and get this pump.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the other thing is if I do use pre-workout, what I mean to say is I will use it when I'm doing deadlifts, which I can't wait to get back into, because this will be about 4 weeks without deadlifts.
You and me both, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna be hurting. And so deadlifts, heavy squats, but upper body, forget about it. I don't really need pre-workout. I'm fine with just a Monster or a cup of coffee for upper body. And I know there's people out there like Larry and some other people that are like, spare me the talk about coffee.
Dude, the only thing with coffee, man, is you gotta time it just right. Same with some pre-workouts too, though, because your stomach
is
may
true.
get really pissed really quick.
Yeah. There
I
have
hate
been
going to
some.
the bathroom at the gym, dude. It's just for me, it's just the
Oh,
grossest.
yes, yes, yes. It's always a mystery when you go in, isn't it? It's like, is the
Mystery is a
toilet?
very good word.
Can I sit on that toilet today? I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, dude, I'm hovering. My legs are already shaking from the squats. So now it's like I'm doing like planks without a wall or
Yeah,
whatever those Roman chairs. I mean, so like this is dangerous.
yeah, I hate that too, because if I haven't taken pre-workout in a while, like I know it's going to be coming up, and if I take the pre-workout, I get done stretching. I stretch at home so that way I don't waste so much time at the gym, and then get to the gym. And by the time sometimes when I'm pulling into the parking lot or parking the car or just walking in through the door, it's like ding, time to
Oh,
go.
well, sometimes I try to time it. Like, no, I can make it through this, but then the drive home is a question.
Yeah, there
You know what
has
I
been
mean?
some there's been some questionable leg presses in there every once in a
Oh,
while.
oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, anyone who's really lifted knows, like there's always a couple concerns. You're like, okay,
Yeah, especially when it starts feeling good, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of your rest period, and you're like,
yeah. Then your pre-workout's all gone.
I feel funny.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I told you, man, rabbit holes. You let me start talking. We start going different directions.
Well, if anything, it lets people out there know that they are not alone.
That I'm regular. You guys are welcome.
Well, there's that too. I mean, yeah. It's nice to be regular because, if you go on the high protein diets, I talked about this with Eric in one of the episodes. I have the same, well, I don't know if I have the same problem he does, but, I get backed up.
Oh yeah, no, that much protein definitely can do it too.
Yeah.
Depending on
Yes.
your protein source too, right? I mean, or you like a lot of protein, a lot of fat with some cheese in there. Yeah, it'll be
Yeah, if that's all
interesting.
you're eating. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, more power to the people that do keto. I can't do it because I love carbs, but I just imagine
Mhm.
keto, it would just be a freaking ball of steel in the bathroom. I don't know, man.
I'm going to be doing a keto episode coming up. Actually, I've got a nutritionist friend who's going to give me some input on her take for keto. I've already interviewed one person who's got a family member who does a keto diet and has been doing the keto diet for a while. But so I got the positive side of why you'd want to do keto, and now I've got a nutritionist who's going to come in and say, "Well, here's my take on it," and
Well,
it's
we
gonna.
looked at it for me. So my daughter actually has epilepsy.
Uh-huh.
And so that was one of the things that was discussed. Like one of the first things, right? Like when you go to more of like a holistic type doctor, it's like, well,
Oh, it's one of the first things they say is, have you thought
yeah,
about doing keto? Because there's been studies that show that for epilepsy, it's supposed to be
exactly,
good.
right. So that's kind of like how it came out from my understanding. There's epilepsy and people are, just getting yoked out of. I mean, I don't think they're getting yoked, but they're losing weight as one of the, byproducts.
Hmm.
But yeah, they were talking to me about it. I'm like, damn, but that's just hard. That's just so hard to talk about a kid. It's one thing for me to, not have my bread. It's a different thing for a kid to, no, she can't, you can't eat this and you can't eat that. So we haven't made that approach yet.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm maybe trying keto in the near future. Just, because you got to support her. I'm not going to be sitting there, chowing down like a loaf of sourdough. I'm like, hey, how's your steak with steak? You know what I mean?
Yeah. How's that giant bowl of fat
Yeah,
treating you?
exactly. Yeah. So if I try it, I gotta be mentally ready.
Just do me this favor, and if you're gonna go keto, I mean, if you're gonna try keto, you got to do keto. You can't be these fanatics who say, You want to do keto with me? Sure." And then they come into work with something saying it's keto, but it's obviously not.
No, so I've done a small form in the past, and I quit like when you're actually getting into ketosis. So you start getting like really so those like the real keto people out there know you kind of got to go through that. You got to break a barrier essentially. In ketosis, you start feeling like kind of tired, a little bit loopy. You know what I mean? But
Keto
after
flu.
that, yeah, exactly. And after that, you're supposed to be solid apparently. But I got like loopy. I was like, I'm done with this, man.
Hmm.
So I have to go in there a little more prepared next time. But I'm looking at some shows and stuff in the near future. So kind of going back to what we were talking about last week, and I want to be, well, 2 weeks ago actually, I want to have some goals in mind,
Uh-huh.
so to kind of get myself after this injury, pick a show and go. But I don't think keto is the right approach for that,
Hmm.
because I want to try vegetarian for a month too, just to do it. I love meat, man. Like all jokes aside, I love meat.
Have you
But
ever thought about doing the carnivore diet?
uh, no, I haven't. I know like Mark Bell and all those guys that are always pushing it.
Hmm.
Um, but I have not. Yeah, I just want to try things, man. Just to kind of see what the positive and negatives are. See how
If
I feel.
anything, it would make you an interesting person to have in a conversation when people are discussing all this stuff, saying, "Oh, I think I might try that." And you'd be like, "Well, if you do,
Yeah, but here's what happened to me.
actually,
Yeah.
that I would love to get feedback from you on your keto experience." Eric Kolstrup is
Mhm.
doing keto.
Yeah, some people love it, man. Some people love it. The one time I tried it, I said it wasn't the right time, man. I quit.
Hmm.
Um, but it was very, it was like a bro science back in the day before keto was even a big thing. It was just something I read, me and a buddy, and it was like, let's try keto.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like out today with all the knowledge and you kind of have more of a food group understanding.
See, but there's a difference between you and some other people out there. You're doing it because you actually want to try it. You're not doing it because you are saying, "Oh, I need to lose 15 pounds and everybody else is doing keto. I'm going to do that." No, you're like, "You know what? I want to see what this is all about. I want to see if it works for me. I want to see how it works, how I fare with it." See, now
Yeah,
that I could
exactly.
actually say, all right, if you want to dabble in it for that and, by all means, knock yourself out. And
Yeah, it's
I
fun to
think,
try it.
yeah, I might I get a kick. I want to get a kick out of that. It's see how you do on that. So I'm gonna keep tabs on you.
Yeah, no, that'll be out, after I can knock out a show, I think. If I do a show, because shows are,
Hmm.
like I said, that was a goal, because shows get you ripped, you look good for selfies
Hmm.
and all, but man, it's rough on the body sometimes too. And, you get tired and stuff. So the show may not be right for me right now. I may just start trying some diets, stay Instagram worthy.
Speaking of diets, I've always been curious about something. When you you went to boot camp, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's regardless of which branch you go into, you got to go through boot camp.
Yeah.
What is the diet that they put you on? What do you eat?
So it's honestly buffet style, dude. Um, there's certain like stipulations. So if you are like abnormally skinny, they'll actually put you on like kind of like a meal plan to make you eat a lot more. If you're a little bit heavier, they'll give you a little bit of extra exercise and stuff, and kind of watch what you eat. But I mean, I was just kind of an average dude, man. So they had like pizza. They had a good amount of meats, and so they have like healthy options and stuff like that too. But then they have like junk food because your activity is so high,
Hmm.
and your average guy going through there is like 18 to 21. So I
Hmm.
mean, dude, is
So they're throwing
pizza.
carbs at you.
Yes, yeah. And you start eating weird stuff. Like I ended up eating like a lot of rice and gravy.
Hmm.
I don't know why that was one of the staples because you only got in the beginning. You only have like 3 to 7 minutes to eat, so you're just trying to shove stuff down, man. So rice and gravy kind of makes it a little bit softer. You can just kind of you can throw
What
it down
what
the hole.
But would this food be different than if I was in an army boot camp or Marines? Because
Well, I
you're in the
mean,
Air Force, and you know what they say. They
oh, I
you
love the Air Force jokes, dude. I love them. Those are my favorite
yeah.
jokes. Calling us the Air Force and stuff like that. Like, dude,
Yeah, kick your feet up on the
yeah.
desk.
Hey, man, if your joke involves me having a pretty damn good quality of life, I like it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
the army guys say that your barracks are like the hotel.
Exactly. That's literally the jokes, but the jokes are true. Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, when like overseas and stuff, like if you're deployed, you see like other branches and stuff come to our dining facilities, like coming into the good spot to eat. I mean, the jokes are kind of true, man. Like we got like made to order burgers and stuff. Not a basic, but
But to my question, would you know the answer to that though? Would you know if your food was different than if we were to go to boot camp someplace else in a different branch?
I wouldn't. Not
Oh,
not
okay.
for not for the basic training part.
Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine, but yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's me being biased towards my team, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. How about when college football comes around, um, you root for the Air Force?
Yeah, I mean by default a little bit, but they
But
haven't made too much of an impact the last couple of years.
oh, okay. All right.
And those army uniforms are pretty. I don't know if you saw those army uniforms. Those things they were badass looking, dude. So
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him play when I was at the gym.
yeah,
Was it?
those uniforms this year got me. I was like, that's sick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big college guy though, dude. I mean, I used to be.
Oh, me neither. It's just
I know a lot of people love it, but
I happen to
it's not
catch
for
it
me.
whenever I'm at the gym on the weekends, and it's entertaining, but I don't know. NCAA kind of gets on my nerves just a tad bit.
Oh, for sure. So my gym right now, like another off topic here, like lately my gym, for whatever reason, the time that I go to the gym, and I'm like on the elliptical because I can't run, and stair stepper is a little hard in the ankle still.
Hmm.
All the damn monitors have been on Sex in the City, which, to the best of
Oh,
my knowledge, the Sex in the City is like has been done for some time, right? So,
for a
but
while. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you want to talk about getting pumped and just watch some Sex in the City and hit,
But
the worst workouts ever, dude. Like I'm having like, yeah.
do you have your headphones plugged into it at all, or do you have the
No, it's
closed
not.
caption on?
I got smart and got the Netflix app, so now I can just like watch Netflix. But like, dude, what's up with my gym lately? I don't get it. I don't know if someone comes in the morning, they want to have like this like surround sound experience, and since I'm
Uh-huh.
there early in the morning,
Yeah.
but dude, you don't need 8 monitors with Sex in the City. Like, we get it. You like your show. It's cool. But
I wish I could watch Netflix on my phone. Unless it's been a while since I've attempted it, but last time I attempted it, the Wi-Fi in my gym sucked so badly.
well, I always hit. So I don't have those wireless earphones though.
Uh-huh.
I just use the old school, that come with the iPhone.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the
So
plug-in.
I always hit the damn cord, man, and throw my phone. And everyone looks at me like it's a huge deal. Like they don't realize that I do it at least twice a day.
There's this one guy that comes in the gym that he doesn't use earbuds. He comes in like I see him maybe every couple months. He comes in. He doesn't use earbuds. He doesn't use headphones. He just has his cell phone. He turns on Spotify, Pandora, whatever, and blasts music from his cell phone and takes it and puts it in his pocket and works
I
out with
can't,
it.
dude. I can't do that, man. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
a
it
pretty
drives me
nice guy,
nuts.
but something like that, that's just like that's not even gym etiquette, man. That's just overall
Hey, how can
etiquette.
you
Like,
work
don't be
out to
rude.
that? It's rap music and you don't even have any bass. It's that little speaker. Come on,
Well,
dude.
I just get mad at people like, man, I don't want to hear any music, bro. Like, you do you. Like, if you want to have some Shania Twain while you work out, man, that's on you. But I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? I want to hear what I'm listening to.
Forever moving forward, I'm going to be wondering, is Shania Twain playing in those speakers?
So funny story, and the reason I say that is one time I had a buddy of mine, Jack dude too. Like we used to work out when we went overseas together, and he was like the pinnacle of what I wanted to be at that time. And then one day he was sick or something. I was like, hey man, like this is back when we had the with the iPod Nanos, I think, and the Zunes. But
Uh-huh.
I was like, hey man, let me get you, borrow your thing real quick because mine's dead. So I borrowed it and I put it on shuffle, and yeah, like no lie, man. So the dude, super like manliest man guy, is like we go to the bar every time. He's always getting all the girls, but we yeah, I borrowed his thing, man. It was straight Michael Jackson, like Michael Jackson's like slow jams. He had some Shania Twain on. That's why I say Shania Twain. He had Shania Twain.
He had a soft
Like, you're
side.
not impressing me much. I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, hey, good for him. I like that stuff too. Like in the gym, I was like, man, that's impressive, dude. I mean, like, you're slanging
Wow.
some weight around, but you got Shania Twain on.
I had an iPod Nano. I still have it. It's floating around the house. It
Yeah,
doesn't turn
it's
on anymore, but
well, I miss those little ones you can clip to your belt.
yeah.
Those are better than the phones. But I always wonder now, man, when I'm looking at some of these like really jacked dudes in the gym, I'm like, wonder what that dude's listening to. Like, there's an off chance this guy's listening to like some old Voice to Man. You know what I mean? Like just some slow jams.
Oh yeah.
But he's throwing the 120s around on chest.
Yeah, for all we know, somebody listening to this can be like, "Oh, I totally listen to that. I get that."
Yeah. No. I mean, hey, more power to him. I need something to get me upbeat. That's what I guess is what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's rap, rock. I just need something that's fast.
Hmm.
Something to kind of keep up with the energy level. So the slow jams for me, I'm like, I'll be singing along, but yeah, it doesn't go with the gym tempo.
I listen to a variety of stuff. I've got, oh, gosh, if I had, oh, you know what? I got my phone on me right here. Let's see.
Let's hear it.
So let's pull this
Last
up.
three,
The last three. Well, what I do is
without censoring what it was.
I put on Spotify, and I have a favorites list,
Okay.
and I've got 156 songs that I've hearted on Spotify. So let's see. There's a group. It's a DJ. His name is Hyper. I listen to him. If you want some really good bass and some good beats, you put on Hyper.
Okay.
Scroll down a little bit. The Crystal Method.
Yep.
And scroll down a little bit more. I've got Mudvayne. I listen to this guy, Arty, Arty. I've got some stuff by Above and Beyond. So we got some electronic dance music going on there. Gabriel
But
and Dresden.
same thing though, right? I mean, kind of like a little faster pace.
Yeah, faster,
Yeah.
decent bass. Oop.
Yeah. Everything I have kind of keeps up with the energy level for me.
Yeah. And then I've also got a Rob Bailey song on here, Marilyn Manson,
See,
Static
I've never
X.
given Rob Bailey a chance, man. I mean, I've heard him on like the background of a couple movies, and
It's
I've
only
heard
one song.
I've heard. Okay, yeah. I mean, I heard his stuff. Supposed to be pretty good for the gym, but
Yep.
yeah, I think right now it's Eminem, really really typical for me. Because like Eminem, and then it'll do all the similar genres and songs. So Eminem, I like punk rock a lot. Some of the old school punk rock.
Uh-huh.
And then you got some old like Lamb of God, like some screamo stuff like that.
Yeah, I totally got you there. I mean, I've got a little bit of everything on here, really. I've got Rush, I got Seven Dust. So I really, yeah, what I do is I just like to go in my own little world and zone out.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's why now that I have Netflix on my phone, man, the cardio sessions can be pretty good, to be real.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're watching like an action movie or something, you kind of get pumped up on. Next thing you know, you realize that you're kind of. So I start paying attention. Like, dude, I've been like sprinting.
Yeah, there's only one thing
know?
I can't do when I'm working out, and that's listen to podcasts, which I think you and I were talking about once before.
Yeah, I can do it. You said you can't.
I can't. It just the droning, the listening to talking. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
So it's a cardio thing for me. Like I can't do it when I'm lifting, but if I'm doing cardio.
Oh yeah. Well, if I'm doing cardio, I could totally get into it because then you don't even have to know what you're doing when you're doing cardio. You just get on the elliptical, you get on the treadmill, and then you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. I want to find something that I can just kind of like forget what I'm doing and just.
Before you know it, you've listened to 20 minutes of talking, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
okay,
I
I'll
usually
give that a try.
podcasts are when I'm driving, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably your typical person. But yeah, the gym, if I'm in cardio time, and there's really nothing on Netflix that I have, I've already binged all of Daredevil and stuff. And it's like, let's throw a podcast in. Let's go.
So, going back to Air Force, what is the number one thing that I mean, okay, actually, I can't. That'd be a really hard choice for you. Let's back that up. Name the top 3 things you've done in the Air Force that you really enjoyed doing
Ooh.
during your career?
Travel. So
Yeah.
that's obviously pretty cool. Been to some places most people haven't. Impact. I think that's a kind of a catch-all, but same thing. I've done things that I'll say your average person my age hasn't been able to have an impact as a large of a scale.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna throw the word humanitarian out there. So
Oh, yeah?
yeah, I mean, because you got the California fires. I mean, just all the disasters around the world. The Air Force has had an impact on that, and somehow I've been able to help out those missions in different different forms, and that's cool.
You've been able to aid in the fires in California?
I didn't this time because I was hurt,
Oh,
but the
okay.
opportunity was there. But I was literally sitting there with my ankle all jacked. I mean, even sometimes the opportunity is just to go like hand out waters and stuff for people that are like up in a shelter.
Uh-huh.
Because we were pretty close. We were about 45 to an hour away from those fires.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I had buddies that were evacuated, stuff like that. But I was no good this year, man. I would have slowed people down.
Yeah. Yeah, don't mind me. I just,
Yeah, I'd be like, I have to elevate for 20 minutes. My doctor told me, like, dude, you're useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, I don't know. The Air Force has given a lot to me, man. So I got my ups and downs. I got a lot of sacrifices that people don't. Like moving and stuff like that. That's rough. I have kids, so moving every couple of years, that can kind of add up and put some stress and some hardship. But at the same time, super grateful for what I have and what the Air Force gave me.
Mhm.
I just have so much stability. That's positive.
That's good. Yeah,
What else?
I gotta say, I think if there's one thing that the military has to offer, as far as everybody I've known who's been in the military, is it definitely gives you structure, gives
Mm-hmm.
you a little bit of stability. Now I know that when I say that, I gotta say it loosely, depending on what branch you're in, or I guess at what point in your career too, because I know that you got to be deployed every once in a while and
Yeah.
whatnot. But
I mean more like job stability, right? You know what I mean? Like other people,
yeah,
unfortunately, the
you definitely
economy
have
and
job stability.
yeah. So I mean, I'm always getting a paycheck, man. Well, hopefully, right? But
Mm-hmm.
other stuff going on in the government, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. Another conversation.
Yeah, another conversation. So let's see. So we talked about humanitarian. We've talked about impact. So what sort of impact are we talking about? Like, are we talking about missiles hitting something impact, or are we talking about? Are we
Well,
talking?
I mean, that could be one option, but yeah, I never got to do anything cool like that with the missiles, direct impact. But I think impact kind of goes to the humanitarian, just having an impact on things bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean? Just being able to help people
because
in some form.
you're a recruiter.
Now, yeah. So which I can, I personally I love recruiting, man, and so I look at recruiting as I put people in the Air Force that have done some huge things. And granted, I haven't done it, but I helped, help facilitate that. So I try to look at that, the positive side of that. So this person's doing some good stuff out there, and maybe he wouldn't be here if I wasn't there to facilitate that process, help him out.
As a recruiter, do you have to look at the individual and go through a checklist to make sure that they're already in a fit manner, what their physical
Yes.
status is and everything?
Oh yeah. There could be so many different things. I mean, we're looking for a certain caliber of person,
And then,
physically, mentally, academically.
so, and then do you get to give down a recommendation of based upon where they should be placed, or is that somebody else?
No, I mean, so they get to kind of the way it works, at least with us, is they get to make a list of choices that they want to do. As long as they meet those requirements within those choices,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll kind of rack and stack it. Like, hey, give me your X amount of top picks. Put them in a 1 through 5, 1 through 10 order, whatever they have.
Oh, okay.
And then we try to hook them up with what we can. I mean, because you want them to be happy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, hey man, I appreciate you joining the Air Force, but you're gonna go do this. I don't really care. We want them to be happy because that's how you keep retainability too, right? If people are happy with what they're doing, they're going to want to stay.
And once you get in, how taxing is it on you because you get in and then you get sent to a certain base for your basic training?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Texas for us.
Texas. So every single person in the Air Force goes to Texas?
Yep.
And how taxing is that overall on an individual, mentally and physically?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty hard, and I think every branch and every branch is like, well, mine's harder. No, you know what? Honestly, dude, like mentally, it's gonna be the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Just because usually it's a younger person that has not been away from home. So regardless of what it is, it's taxing on the individual because now for the first time you're away,
Mm-hmm.
or it's or it's a little bit of an older person, but which now maybe they have a family, so now you're away from your kids for the first time.
Yeah.
So it just puts that stress, that hardship on you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. You most people are there for a reason, whatever the reason may be.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta kind of get through that time, to get the end result. Kind of like the fitness, right? I mean, it sucks to go to the gym sometimes, but we do to look, feel, and
Oh yeah.
function a certain way.
Yeah, there's there's this pathologist I work with who is really into working out. He's got his own home gym, or he's working on it at least. And he was telling me the other day, he's like, you know what? I woke up today and I had the worst thought possible. And I was like, what's that? He's like, I just thought, why am I doing this? Why do I work out all the time? At this point, I'm just thinking it's just so I can make myself look good, but why?
Man, I've had that thought. I'm sure we all have, right? Like what's the point of going today? But I think once you get in that rhythm too, then like no matter what, I'll probably always work out, man. Because I think once you get to a certain, I don't think there's a point, but it just becomes more of like you just get so used to doing that. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever it is for you. For me, it's like a mental break sometimes, and I like to look a certain way too, obviously. But yeah,
that's the other thing. The thought pops in my head occasionally, especially when I get done with a cut, or I'm like this past time when I got sick, I was thinking to myself, all right, I'm sick. I'm going to have to go back to the gym. I'm going to have to put up with DOMs. I'm going to be sore as hell.
Yep.
Why do I want to put myself through that again?
And you don't get the results sometimes too. That's rough.
Yeah. Well, and then I look in the mirror and I remember, you know what? I didn't used to look this way. I look a lot better than I did 2 or 3 years ago. I noticed the changes. If I was to take a picture of myself now and compare it to 3 or 4 years ago, there was such a difference. And I like the person. I like the way I look now. I like the way I feel mentally and physically. And I like the things I'm able to do now compared to before. Because before, if I did anything that was, if I had to lift anything, if I had to go upstairs, if I used to get tired going up and down my stairs in my house.
Yeah, no. So now it's like, a way of life, man. And that's awesome because now it's never gonna stop, right? Like, now that mirror test will always tell you the truth. You look in the mirror like, dude, I'm just not happy, man. I gotta go back.
Now
but
the
problem is too is you're addicted now, right? Like you've heard those memes saying like once you're a bodybuilder, that's when you're forever small.
I'll tell you what I'm addicted to. I'm addicted to the pedometer on my wrist, my smartwatch, getting above 10,000 steps, at least 10,000 steps a day. If I don't hit that, if I don't hit at least 10,000 steps, I feel like I was a total slacker, like I sat too much.
Well, I had a pedometer on my phone once, and I think my total count for the day was like 27. I was like, holy crap! I sit in a chair. So that's when I realized
27 steps.
Yeah. No, it was like literally 27 steps, and I was like, these things are freaking broke.
I was gonna say, there's no way.
I at least took 50 because I went to the damn car this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes, walking around my house, going to my car, walking from the parking garage to work, I'm already at like 800 right there.
So you have like an Apple Watch, something like that, or is it just like a
It's a
Fitbit?
Samsung. It's a
Oh, okay.
Samsung watch. It looks like a skinnier version of the Fitbit.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I
But
want to get a Garmin one, like one of those Garmin GPS ones. That's the next purchase for me.
mm,
Because there's one that has like heart rate and all kinds of stuff, and then it even has like a wire. It's kind of like the Apple Watch, but the Apple Watch, from what I understand, isn't the most reliable on some stuff. So
well, it'll work with your iPhone, that's for sure, but it won't work with
yeah.
other stuff. But
Well, I'm curious though, my steps, man. I think that'd be kind of cool to have a target.
my watch will count how many floors I've climbed, how many steps I've taken, my heart rate, and it also allows me to keep track of some other things. I haven't tried it out, but it also will keep track of how many squats I've done, but I haven't tried that out yet.
That's interesting. I wonder how it measures that
I think it has something to do with the movement of up and
motion.
down.
Well, I
Yeah,
saw one that was supposed to apparently like track even when you're on the bike. I'm like, but how do you possibly on my wrist track
how
my
does it
rotations of
know?
my leg? Yeah, exactly. I don't want this black magic on my wrist. You know?
Black magic. What is this
Yeah,
sorcery?
yeah. I was like, get this off me. Why is this thing reading? So why does this thing know so much about me?
And then you go to the company and they give you the line from Anchorman where they say 60% of the time it works
Works every
all the
time. Yep,
time.
yep. Sex Panther. Yeah. I need that cologne, man.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I need it at work just so I could be left alone.
Oh. he's like, it's horrible, but yet it's so appealing.
It's so pungent.
Yeah.
What does he
Great
say? Oh,
movie,
it
eh?
stings the nostrils. I was
Yeah.
watching. I was watching the Rose Bowl. What? It was a skit that they did on Saturday Night Live. Will Ferrell and the one lady, they were news anchors or whatever, and so they were doing the starting ceremony for the Rose Bowl, and they were interviewing real people, and it was hilarious. I just saw it on Facebook this morning, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I kind of skipped around on it because the Rose Bowl was a while ago.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny watching him.
Yeah, I
He's
haven't
a
seen
funny
that yet.
guy.
I haven't seen that yet. I need to see their new movie. Was it the Sherlock Holmes one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's
I
next.
don't know. I think yeah. I can't see movies in theaters anymore because I just feel so let down sometimes that sometimes I'm just like I'm glad that I waited for it to get on Netflix or you know.
No, well, that's like me for what's it called? For like going to like live sporting events.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I love sports, man, but like God, I can't justify anymore. Like half the time going to those events,
Hmm.
just because, dude, like sitting in your own couch sometimes in your boxers, watching a basketball game just beats
Oh, it feels good.
just win. Yeah, it's kind of like with a movie. Like if you go to a movie and it sucks, you're like, dude, I spent like $50.
Yeah.
Or I sit at home and I wait 6 months, but hell, I've had two hot toddies and making myself a third. Haven't put pants on all day. You know what I mean? Like this is the life right now.
Or what feels even better is after you've done a really heavy leg day, or you just went balls to the wall with cardio after an upper body day, and then you go home and that night you just veg on the sofa, you pop some ibuprofen, and you just chill out
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, I'm with you there.
with the sports, with the movies, whatever.
So I love sport. I love, and going back to kind of cardio at the gym. When Sex in the City isn't filling my TVs, man, if I can get like a football game or a basketball game,
Uh-huh.
those are the best cardio sessions ever. Because you just don't
Ooh.
pay attention. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's easy to zone out on when you're doing that. It used to be my favorite thing to do back when I worked out. At the when all I would do is cardio, is I would just get on the elliptical and just I'd watch the entire football game while I was on the elliptical.
Yeah, but yeah, and I like doing that too because I always felt like at least with me, kind of being a single dad. When I'm at the gym and I can watch sports, I always feel a little better because I'm at the house and I'm watching it. Sometimes I feel like I get a little too into the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's like a kid like half dressed walking by, like, oh shoot, I probably should have got her dressed this morning. Like here I am watching the Cowboys Seahawks game. Like I need to step my game up as a dad. But
How old's your daughter?
so I have two daughters that live with me. So I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Oh, okay. My daughter is going to be 6 in July, and my son will be 3 in April. And I was watching Monty Python and the Holy Grail before we started this interview, and they were sitting down. They were both laying down watching it with me, and there was no swearing going on. It was just goofy scenes. And then the scene right before I turned it off was the Sir Galahad scene where he gets stranded in the castle with all the women.
Yeah.
And he escapes, and then they finally say, "Oh shit!" And then I was like, "Okay, this is off. Oops, I forgot about it."
Yeah, no, yeah, trust me.
So of course my son starts running around and he goes, "Mommy, they said shit."
Yeah. And then you're the one that gets in trouble.
Yeah, my wife's just smiling at me like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you later."
Yeah, so I'm bad too. Like if I'm working or something, like doing something in the house, and you jam your thumb, shit. Same thing. Like, Dad said shit. I'm like, you're 7. You can't say that. Well, you said it. Like, okay, smartass.
That was a tough transition to having kids. You had to get out of, I would say, fuck in almost every sentence, and now it's really I will occasionally say it when I lose my temper, which I've gotten way better with, but gosh, having kids definitely mellows you out a little bit.
Oh yeah, well I definitely dropped the F-bomb like at work and stuff, so that's where it comes out on me. Mm-hmm. So like I won't say it all day with my kids, and then all of a sudden my work phone goes off and they'll hear it like 4 times.
Yeah, I also feel I think it's a combination of the kids and going to the gym, because between the two of them, the kids keep me in check, because when they're around, I know it's sort of turned into one of those things where I don't even bother to see if they're in the room anymore. I just automatically know not to say certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And then, especially when I'm in the house. And then, or if I'm talking to my wife on the phone, I'll be like, I'll almost say something. I'll be like, "Are there any kids around?"
Yeah.
But it's also going to the gym, because going to the gym is just that piece of my life now that going back to why do we keep on doing this? It's not just for the physical look. It's not just because I like the way I feel per se. What I also like is the mental stability I get after going, because I could have the most stressful week, and the thing that just keeps me going is the gym. And
you ever felt that whole like gap, like when you don't go? You ever tried to figure that out?
What do you mean?
Like, well, I guess for me, there's been times like, you just fall off. Like when I was injured, you just kind of find yourself like in a weird mood. Like, dude, I'm just in this crap mood, man. I can't figure it out. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know what it is? I haven't lifted.
Yes.
And then you go and you lift and you're just like, damn, I feel better. It's like your whole life. I can't explain. It's almost like a euphoric. I mean, not when you're in the gym sometimes, because you're like, dude, this sucks. I haven't lifted in a while. This shit hurts. But
it's like a withdrawal.
Exactly. You feel better. It's almost like a, like going and getting your fix, man. You're like, okay, I feel better. My mind's better. I was able to kind of just get away from the kids a little bit, get a lift in.
Yeah, I felt that way while I was, this past 3 to 4 weeks that I've been sick. I've been, I went back, I lifted, and then I got sick again. But I mean, I seem to get worse, I hate sitting around. I need to. Today I almost went to the gym, and then I was like, nah, I'll just wait one more day. But I miss that euphoric feeling you get after that pump and everything. It just feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely feels good, man. It feels really good now that I'm back on the pre-workout too, because you get to see that pump in the mirror. You're like, all right, there they are.
I can lift the weights with my mind.
Yeah, shoot, man. Thank God I can. That I never go to the gym.
Become the next X-Men.
Yeah, it's a badass brain, man. But Yeah, man, I do owe you some pictures still. I told you guys to throw some up, man. So
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
ended up dropping after the injury, 'cause I told you I got a little fluffy there for a minute. To my standards. Everyone has their own standards of what's acceptable, what's not, and we're all working through our own different goals.
Mhm.
But I ended up getting down about 5 pounds though, man. So just this week's, like I said, been bad. So because I'm almost with, like I said, I'm going back to the show, kind of like I'm in striking distance.
Uh-huh.
So I'd probably have to drop, let's see, probably 12 pounds to get to a show, 12 to 15 stage ready,
Uh-huh.
which is good, right? Because you don't want to be like 30 pounds, because now you're looking at like a year out.
Uh-huh.
But I want to be 3-4 months, where I can kind of just skin tight.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, I owe you guys some picks. I'm gonna get some up there.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't wait to, it'd be nice just to be like, all right, this is my screwed up leg. This is what it looks like
Yeah, but no,
now.
I won't show you guys that. I'm going to show you guys the good stuff, like the chest and the back. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. The stuff that all the ladies would be like,
Yeah.
oh yes, James, please show us more.
Yeah, people are going to be like, show us your legs. I'm like, oh man, there's a tree in the way.
I'll show you this leg,
Yeah.
but the other leg, I'm sorry, it was a bad picture.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my badass left leg. The other one.
My daughter got in the way.
Yeah, yeah.
She blocked the
What a
frame.
coincidence. There's a dog there. Like, horrible Photoshop jobs.
All right, James. Well, this was a very fun. This was a fun episode of just talking about. We really, I mean,
I don't even know where we went, man. Yeah.
we talked. We went everywhere. I mean, we touched on fitness, we touched on nutrition, and then we touched everything. We touched anything and everything.
Yeah, we definitely did. I mean, there was even lotion touched, so it
There-
was interesting.
But yes, we did go there. And next time, here's what we'll do for everybody listening. Next time I have James on here, it will be to discuss the C word and
There we go.
your journey through battling that and trying to stay fit and everything.
Let's do it. Yep. Next time, yeah, we'll go. I'll stay on target and we'll go from there.
Oh, no problem. I can keep you on target. That's not a problem. It's the fact that today I just wanted to talk to you so badly that I didn't care what we talked about.
That works, man. I had a good time as always. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody. So until next time, you keep setting those goals and you keep at it.